everybody. So I hope you all had a good weekend firstly. I had a pretty decent one. Like I said in my video the other day, I managed to get a couple of hours out. And I spoke with my nurse yesterday. I had a bit of a catch up with her, and she's actually allowing me to just have my full 3 hours now, every week from now on. Because this week I was kind of meant to just have 2, but she was like, "I'll just take 3." So I was like, "Oh, brilliant." And then I thought, oh, well, I've got her in a good mood. So then I was like, well, I've got this wedding dress fitting thing on the 29th of November. Like, it's the first time I'm going to be able to try dresses on and stuff. And I was like, I know I might not be able to have, the day, but could I have an afternoon at least? And she was like, oh, take the day. It's fine. And then I thought, okay, let's carry on. Let's push my luck a bit. And then I said, oh, well, things are on the topic. What about Christmas and New Year's? Could I have the day? And she was like, oh, you can probably have an overnight like at Christmas and New Year's as well, really. Maybe you'll have to come back for a couple of days in between, which is fine. But the fact that I know that I'm actually going to get a decent amount of time at home over that period is really nice. So that's the good news. The bad news is it was weigh day yesterday, Monday, and my weight has not gone up enough. It's gone up by 0.1 kilograms, which is nothing. So my dietitian called me into an emergency meeting because she needs to do something about it. There's no explanation as to why. Some people's bodies just get so used to the calories that they're eating that the body just manages to kind of adjust, and then just kind of things plateau, whereas some people just keep on going at a steady increase. Maybe something's up with my metabolism. Not sure, but anyway, something's got to be done. So next week I have to have 4 hot puddings, one of which I will be self-catering. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. Might need some ideas off you guys. One girl came in with a mini individual Christmas pudding with cream yesterday. It was like, oh, it smelled fit, man. So that could be an option. But I'm planning that on Friday with my occupational therapist, because I'll have to do a cold dinner and pudding. So that could be anything like a soup or sandwich, and then a substantial pudding, whether that be something like tiramisu or a steamed pudding, or something that's basically substantial, not just an ice cream like I have been having. So I've got to have 4 hot puddings and also keep my afternoon snacks irrespective of whether I'm having a hot pudding on that day or not, because for most of the girls, if they're having a hot pudding in the day, they won't have the afternoon snack, but I've got to keep that in just as an added extra. So if things still haven't improved by next week, then I will also have to have a snack at 7:30. And I'm worried because I don't want to feel like I'm constantly eating stodge, because that's essentially what this is at the minute. And I don't know, it's quite overwhelming. When she first suggested I have 6, and I was like, my body language just totally told her no. I didn't have to say anything. I just put my head in my hands and started to I couldn't process that at all. So I said, can we compromise? And she said, okay, well, what about 4 and keep the afternoon snacks? And I said, that would be much more tolerable. Imagine your biggest fear. Some people have a fear of flying, needles, spiders. Let's take flying, for example. When somebody suggests to me that I have to have 6 puddings in a week, I get that initial feeling that you would get just before you're about to board a plane. But that feeling stays with me for the week. It doesn't go away. And then when it comes to actually eating the pudding, I enjoy it because I'm enjoying the flavour. It's kind of comforting. And then afterwards, that fear comes back. The only time, ironically, that you don't get that fear is when you're physically eating the food. It's either before... Well, it is before and it's after. So again, imagine that you have to have a massive injection every day. You know it's coming, you can't avoid it, and you've got to deal with that horrible sensation. You know what? Everybody must relate to this to some degree, but it puts it into perspective the way I feel when somebody says to me, Harriet, you've got to have 6 hot puddings or 4 hot puddings next week. It's like, are you joking me? As much as I know I'll probably enjoy it, I know those feelings are just going to come and build and build. So maybe that'll help some people kind of understand the feeling that you get, or I get, when I'm faced with this sort of challenge, essentially. So we'll have to see how that goes. So I am very, very apprehensive. But you know, I have to, like, I don't have an option at the end of the day, just got to get it done. So that's going to take quite a lot of mental processing for me to get my head around, because I know it will make my weight, like, shoot up a bit. But I'm basically trying to not look at food as just a means to gain weight. Yes, that's a byproduct. But the main reason I'm doing it is because having toast on an evening is normal. Having Kit Kat on an evening, it's normal. But then when you're asking me to have 6 puddings or 4 puddings in a week, I know that I wouldn't even do that anyway at home. Like, I don't think many normal people would. Really, I think you still need to find a balance. And that's when it's reinforced that, hang on, you are actually doing this to put weight on. So it's really, I'm really struggling with that battle at the minute of trying to remember that I'm eating this because A, it's normal, and B, it will help me put on weight. But with the pudding thing, A, I'm doing it to put on weight. It's not necessarily quite such a normal thing. I don't know, is it? Do you guys have, like, quite a few puddings in a week? I don't know. Are they just saying this to try and make me feel better? I've got no idea. So, crap. Sorry. I'm really struggling to process my thoughts on this because it's only just happened today, and I didn't even know that my weight hadn't done anything. I felt like I was still putting it on, so it's just kind of a shock to even hear that. But I'm hoping that if that improves, I won't have to do the same the week after. Maybe I will. Who knows? So that's the update for today. I'm going to the LGI this afternoon to have this lump seen to, and I'll have my dinner when I come back, on my own, because everyone else will have eaten by the time I've come home. Is this home? Whatever. It is till March anyway. So yeah, good and bad news, and yeah, it's how I decide to take it, really. It's good because I know I'm not going to have shitty ice cream for the rest of the week. But obviously I know that those feelings, you know, associated with my fears are going to come flooding in quite quickly. And I just hope I'm able to at least balance it out and not let it just totally overwhelm me. So, but I'll leave it there, and I will probably speak to you tomorrow. So good afternoon, everybody, and I am signing out. Bye.